So this is Taiwan, the country where I was born and raised in. It's an island located in East Asia, and it's known for its amazing scenery, delicious cuisine, and technological advancements. And these are some places that I love the most in Taiwan, and you gotta go when you come visit. So, who are the indigenous people of Taiwan? The people you see here in the picture are the indigenous people of Taiwan, Formosan people. The people who are nationally recognized are about 2.38% of Taiwan's population, which are about 570,000 people. So, what languages do they speak? They speak many languages, and they're grouped as Formosan languages, and all of them are in the Austronesian language classification. The picture in the left shows where different Formosan languages are spoken in Taiwan, and the right one is where Austronesian languages are spoken in. There are 16 languages that are nationally recognized in Taiwan, and these are some of them with the most and the least speakers. Amis with about 173,000 speakers, Atayal with 85,000, and Paiwan with 75,000. And both Saroa and Kanakanavu have fewer than 100 speakers. So, what are some challenges that the communities are facing with their languages? With Taiwan being a Mandarin-speaking country, the language use habits have changed over time, so people in the communities barely have chances of speaking their languages. Therefore, the languages are slowly dying. The similar problem also occurs in education, as most classes are taught in Mandarin at school, and students mostly speak Mandarin at school. There isn't enough room for students to acquire the abilities to speak their languages, making it harder for kids to pick up the languages. Since the indigenous languages in Taiwan are so diverse, there are difficulties with documenting the languages as well. Not having enough linguists helping preserve the languages is one example. The leader of Indigenous Languages Development Association in the image is saying that the next 10 years are vital for preserving indigenous languages. It is also really difficult to arouse awareness of indigenous languages. Languages are so connected with the cultures, and how we can get the attentions of the communities and make people care about their social identities and how reconstructions of culture can be done is very important. So, how should a responsible allyship look like? A responsible allyship involves acknowledging the historical and ongoing injustices that indigenous communities have experienced. The image is a picture of our president and the indigenous representative after the apology given to the communities in 2016. A responsible allyship also involves recognizing that indigenous people are the experts and the decision makers when it comes to their own languages and cultures, so we should listen to their voice. The image is our president listening to the voices from the communities. For example, this image shows two members from a community which is not recognized nationally, and they're protesting for an official name since they don't have one. In this case, we should acknowledge the fact that they're treated unfairly and listen to them, finally help them achieve what they wanted. And as non-indigenous linguists, what can we do to help? As I mentioned, there's a lack of linguists working on the language documentation, and linguists like us can definitely help a lot with researching or translating the languages. Also, collaborating with indigenous communities could also help a lot. As non-indigenous linguists, not only do we do the work, but we must acknowledge and respect the cultural knowledge and traditions so much, as well as avoid cultural appropriation and exfoliation in our work, and try our best to promote the cultures to the society. There's also some ongoing language revitalization examples in Taiwan. These images are a language teacher with two students, and they're having a cultural language class in a traditional house. The immersive class gives the kids a chance to be closer to their cultures. This image shows us an example of ongoing language program on the internet. It uses new technologies to help revitalize the languages by streaming the classes on the website. And it's super available to everyone who wants to learn the language but don't know where to start. This image actually shows an example of a language, Siraya, which used to be dead, revitalized by the communities. And some people from the communities are teaching the kids how to read, speak, and write the language in the image to promote and revitalize the language. Music plays an important role of Taiwanese indigenous cultures. It's not only an entertainment, but also cultural expression and communication. There are also awards given to indigenous artists to appreciate their music in Taiwan's biggest musical awards. These people in the image are my favorite Taiwanese indigenous YouTubers, or even my favorite YouTubers, 不来客学学. They always use a lot of slangs in indigenous languages in their videos while they're playing some drinking games and gossiping with each other. And this, in the image, is a video where they go to one of the Taiwanese indigenous tribes to experience the Taiwanese indigenous cultures and make the whole trip into a vlog to promote tourism in the tribes and help the communities with their impact on the internet. To sum up, there are many challenges that the communities are facing, but there are still many successful cases of revitalizing a language. And behind those cases, there are definitely non-indigenous linguists helping as well. So let's gather together and make the community better.